The phenomenal forearm. This will be the exclamation point. This would make 2017, excuse me, the 450 splash. Dead didn't work either. And here comes the attempt of the phenomenal forearm. The 1 and 2. Sister Abigail. And a new WWE champion. His name is Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is now headed to WrestleMania. Does this mean Randy Orton is going to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania?
All right, everybody. It's the live stream rapid reaction WWE Elimination Chamber. Wow. You know, there were rumors that Bray Wyatt would win the title. I didn't think it would be true because, you know, why would you put the title on John Cena at the Royal Rumble just so that he could get his 16th before he goes off into wherever Everland, you know, and does his thing. So I was, I was kind of thinking that wasn't going to be the real thing, and I was kind of thinking that John Cena would win, and that, or maybe when it came down to it, AJ Styles would win, and you know, and then that would be the match, you know, because now putting the title on John Cena at the Royal Rumble, it kind of feels stupid. It kind of really does. And I was one of the ones, probably one of the only ones I was okay by it. I was okay with it because I thought this would lead to something at WrestleMania. But just doing this, I think, is really pretty stupid in my opinion. But let's go through the entire pay-per-view as tonight was, I think, was actually a good effort by the SmackDown crew and everybody like that. So let's start from the beginning. I did not watch the pre-show because it's because I didn't want to. I didn't want to be honest with you. I just wanted to watch the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So I don't know what happened on the pre-show. I'm sorry, but I'm going to start with the first match, which is Becky Lynch versus Mickie James, and Mickie still has it. There is no doubt about it. I know on the commentary they were talking about rust, and JBL said something that, well, Mickie James has been wrestling all over the world, you know, these past some odd years that she's been missing from WWE. So she's got no ring rust. She did take off maybe about 15 to 18 months because she had a baby. I believe she had a baby with her husband Magnus. But I think otherwise she has been wrestling all around the world. So doing this and doing that. So this was a good match. I thought this was told a good story. Unlike the women's match, the second women's match later on, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I thought this told a good story. I thought this was great. I thought it keeps both Mickie and Becky Lynch very strong. They can continue this later on, maybe even go to WrestleMania with this. So I think this was a one hell of a match between Mickie James and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch wins in that match. The second match was supposed to be a handicap match between Apollo Crews and Dolph Ziggler. Now, what they do is that they have Dolph Ziggler attack Kalisto and they beat him up before he gets into the ring. So then Apollo Crews, he goes, they checks on his, and he turns around as if he's and this sometimes the cartoony stuff is fun, and sometimes the cartoony stuff is just stupid. And I think this was really one of those things where it's stupid because at least we don't understand why Apollo Crews cares so much. Okay, he's a good human being, awesome, good human being. And that good human beings care about other people and other people's welfare. That's awesome. However, how do you just how do you go there and say, all right, this did not happen, right? You just look at him as if that was his brother or something like that, or his mother or something. He had a look on his face, and so for most of the match, it's a one-on-one match, and then Kalisto comes down here, and he's limping and he's holding his back and everything, and I think this is one of the biggest pet peeves in the WWE right now, and I don't know if this is just the wrestlers doing this on their own or if this has come down from Vince himself. But when they start selling that they're hurt, and then they start doing things like when Kalisto he's limping and he's holding his back, and he comes in, he does a springboard handstand, black flip off the rope, and it's just like, okay, well, wait, if your back is hurt, you shouldn't be able to do that. Or if you do that, then you shouldn't be able to get up so quickly. And he got up really quickly. So, whatever. But he comes in, he helps out. A couple of tags from Apollo Crews and stuff like that. Apollo Crews hits his finishing move on Dolph Ziggler. They beat Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler, however, comes back, and boy, he takes out Kalisto, and he Pillmanizes what's his face, Apollo Crews, 1, 2, 3, and not 1, 2, 3, excuse me, twice. He Pillmanizes him twice with the leg. So what I would like to see is let this actually be a story. Don't have Apollo Crews come back so that they can wrestle at WrestleMania. No. Let Apollo Crews take 2 months off, right? Because if this is broken leg is like what, 6 weeks, right? So go ahead and let him take off 2 months, and then come back for whatever pay-per-view is in May or something, and then let him feud with Dolph Ziggler. Because by then Dolph Ziggler should be the hottest heel, in WWE, because right now the crowd was cheering for Dolph Ziggler, and I'm not sure if that was because they didn't like Apollo Crews and Kalisto, or that Dolph Ziggler became cool. And that was one of the things that John Cena, said on Jericho's podcast. But once you turn heel, all of a sudden now you're cool again, and that seems to be what happened with Dolph Ziggler. But that doesn't matter because it's good. That was kind of an old school heel beatdown. And it was PG. There was no blood, no need for blood. Or Pillmanizing, Stone Cold style. It was good. Tell the story. Keep Apollo off TV for 2 months. Let him come back. I'm going to get his revenge. And maybe by then, maybe the crowd would actually be like, well, we miss Apollo Crews or something like that. Who knows? But the winners of that match was Apollo Crews and Kalisto. The next match was his tag team turmoil match. And again, I think the wrong guys went over in this match. To me, when the Usos turned heel, and this is another fueling John Cena's theory. Once the Usos turned heel, it seems like the crowd got behind them again. They got a pretty cool finisher in the Tequila Sunrise. They changed their look or something like that. That's a lot of reasons why people say, Roman Reigns needs to turn heel, because of that, and then they'll get back behind him. But that's neither here nor there. I think the Usos are just worthy of it. I thought they were worthy of it back when they first turned. They should have got the titles then. The American Alpha title reign should have been, long coming. It should have been a long wait. I should say, not a long coming, but a long wait. Because I think, and listen, they don't do a good job on SmackDown with the tag teams. That's no doubt. But listen, the wrestling was perfectly fine. I have no problems, but I just have a problem with the American Alpha winning. I think the Usos should have won, and maybe what they're setting up for is at WrestleMania the Usos win at WrestleMania, which would be good. I think good because I think they deserve the titles. I think American Alpha needs to get some of their face heat. You think of those are on Sheamus, the Club, whatever. Only ones you can see winning is the Goldust and the Truth, and I haven't seen them on, at least on Raw, in weeks. So, I think there's something like that they need to. I know they have a lot of people they need to do too, and they don't have as much time as Raw does, but I think there are other things they can do to keep that going over on SmackDown when it comes to tag titles. But American Alpha retained. They beat the Ascension in the final match. So here's what I was talking about earlier, the second women's match. I put this out on Twitter, and I really wanted to know why. Why was this just... This has been like six weeks of build-up, and this is just a regular wrestling match. And the finish is why. Because why was this just a regular wrestling match? Why was this not a street fight? Why was this not Falls Count Anywhere? Why was this not the first ever, I believe it would be the first ever last woman standing match in the WWE? Why wasn't it that? So listen, it was good. It was a good match. Again, the entire pay-per-view was good. So the wrestling was not something that I'm complaining about. But I'm just, for me, it makes more sense for this to be a some type of blow-off feud, especially if you're going where you think they're going, by some of the people on Twitter and some things like that, with Nikki and John taking on Miz and Maurice, then why in the hell, why wasn't this the blow-off match? And now they're going to put the blow-off match, I get maybe, on SmackDown and give that away, for free, basically. So, I don't know. It ended in a double count out. Nothing was solved. They started fighting in the back. They fought, and Maurice got flour thrown on her, in her face, and it was in Nikki's face. So they're probably going to do one of these special matches on SmackDown this week or next week, and blow it off, and then we'll start the Miz Maurice stuff if that is really the way they're going. So we'll see about that. But double count out, and it was I really wanted this should have been the end of it, and it's not. And it's not the fact that it's, for me, like it's a bad storyline, because I like this jealousy storyline. That's that's a good storyline for me, but it's just the fact that I think this needed to end tonight. Especially if it's gonna go into on the SmackDown or something like that. I think it needed to end tonight with a specialty match, especially with some of the stuff that Natalia has been saying. Let Nikki go over, and especially it was a hometown. It was in a hometown of Phoenix, Arizona. Although they're from Scottsdale, same place, basically in her hometown. So I did not like the way that ended. So then the match of the night, boy. Again, I didn't put this out on Twitter, but I was saying to myself, I was saying to myself, what needs to happen tonight between Randy Orton and Luke Harper is Randy Orton wins. There's no question about that. Randy Orton must win. However, this must be this has to be a match where you leave saying the loser is the actual winner, where Luke Harper, the loser, is the actual winner, and that's exactly what happened. This was a fantastic match. I think what you saw a star in Luke Harper, and let's hope the WWE doesn't burn that star out. They've got him, the crowd's behind him. He's very athletic for a big guy. He can do tope suicidas and tope emoticos and whatever Mauro Ronaldo says. He can do all of those things. And very good. I know if it was me, I would have liked to seen him and Bray Wyatt at a WrestleMania. But that's neither here nor there. But I enjoyed the heck out of it. And I really thought that the story that they told was a good story of maybe Luke Harper trying to tell Randy Orton, you don't come in here and take my spot in the Wyatt family. I've earned that spot, and I'm not gonna let you take it, no matter what kind of superstar you are, future Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna let you come in here and walk and take my spot in the Wyatt family. And again, great match, great wrestling, and the biggest thing, without question, is the fact that you leave that match saying, okay, Randy Orton won, but Luke Harper won more. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I enjoyed the heck out of that, and I thought it was totally awesome to see, and it's such a wonderful thing to see when something actually goes down the way it should have, and that went down as it should have. That is why we watch wrestling as now the quote unquote smarks. We watch wrestling for that. We watch wrestling for AJ Styles and John Cena, Royal Rumble and SummerSlam. We watch wrestling to see growth in like Dolph Ziggler. So again, just a total awesome match in my opinion. So now we get to the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship between Naomi and Alexa Bliss. This was probably the worst match of the night, but not like this match was actually bad. I mean, like if you're talking about it's the star rating, this was just a 3-star match. And the other ones were a little bit above, and of course Randy Orton and Luke Harper was maybe like about 4.5 stars. But I think when you I think Naomi won, and I think that's I know that's the right way to go. And a lot of people are more into Alexa. She's she's just cute, she's beautiful, and she's she's really worked hard at NXT during NXT. And I think a lot of people really wanted to see her do great things in the main roster, and I think she will. Here's just the thing, though. I'm not one that usually goes there, but I'm gonna go here. Her stature, and things like that, and in her build and everything like that, just shows face. His face. Now, don't get me wrong. She's a good heel. She can play heel great. But I think if she's gonna be a heel champion, she needs like Nia Jax as her heavy. You know what I'm saying? She needs Nia Jax as her backup, as her the person that keeps her holding on to the championship. Mickey's a great person, but I don't think that can be. So so until they give her that, she shouldn't be the champion. And I think tonight was the right thing. You put title on Naomi for whatever reason, whether it's her hometown was in WrestleMania, it was Black History Month, if it's she's in a movie, whatever it may be. Put the title on Naomi. I think that was good. And then Here's what I would personally do is that I would just with Alexa Bliss, I would keep the title off of her. I would turn her face, have Mickie James turn on her. I would Mickie James turn her face, have them do a match at SummerSlam. Somewhere down the line, have Mickie James win the title, and come back around for next WrestleMania next year. Have Mickie James face Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss can win it then, and she can be a face champion. Well, I think she would work better. But so I think that it would work better for her that way. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if they somehow do get if they do something where maybe they get Tamina, right? Because Tamina was what? She was AJ's heavy. She was Naomi's heavy. So if Tamina comes back and she gets to be Alexa Bliss is heavy. Okay, I can be with that. I would deal with that and her being champion. That makes sense to me. But as she is right now, I wasn't buying her as a champion, and now we have a new women's champion, SmackDown women's champion at least, in Naomi, and I would like to see where they're gonna go with her in the future. So then now the last match is the Elimination Chamber match, and I started this. Kind of starting off talking about this, right? Because I just, let's just say, Baron Corbin was eliminated by Dean Ambrose. Baron Corbin destroyed Dean Ambrose. Miz pinned Dean Ambrose. That looks like to lead up to a match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Good. There's no more ladder matches, right? Or if it's a ladder match, bring back Money in the Bank. Anyway, so we got that out of the way, right? So then Miz goes a little crazy doing the Daniel Bryan stuff. We have Miz taking the AA from Cena, 1, 2, 3, he beat Cena, and like I said earlier, because of Nikki falling into Maurice and everything like that backstage, doing her little quibble with Natalya. A lot of people are saying on Twitter that it looks like it might either be a tag match, Nikki and John versus Maurice and Miz, or this could be a John Cena versus Miz, Maurice versus Nikki match, two separate matches, things like that maybe. So either way, I'm down for it. So like I said, John Cena beats the Miz. Then some more going on. John Cena and AJ have their usual little sequence that they do where he hits the Styles Clash. Which, by the way, again, I'm gonna say this just for my sanity. Vince, ban that move because someone's so close to breaking their neck. It's just too close. Either AJ Styles has to hold people up higher, or ban the move. Just ban the move. It's gotta be banned. But AJ Styles, and John Cena, they have their great sequence that they always do. Wonderful. Bray Wyatt comes in, hits John Cena with the Sister Abigail. I almost called it the kiss of death for some reason. He kisses him. Sister Abigail beats John Cena. So now it's AJ Styles versus Bray Wyatt. Now again, what I would have done at this point is I would have let AJ Styles go over, so it would be Randy Orton versus AJ Styles at a WrestleMania. Right? I think that would have been a great match. That could have stolen the show. I think you put that on last. That's a fantastic match to go on last. Because everybody's into this, AJ Styles. Everybody is okay with Randy Orton, being up there. So that would have been what I would have done. But they decided to Bray Wyatt win put the title on Bray Wyatt, and now they're gonna do some Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt stuff at WrestleMania. I would assume that Bray Wyatt would lose to Randy Orton. That's what I would just assume. Now maybe that's not what it is. Maybe Randy Orton will, maybe Randy Orton will lose and Bray Wyatt will win. I would like to see Bray Wyatt get, some more a long title run. I would like to see that happen. But more importantly, what I would like to see happen is I'd like to see AJ Styles turn face now. People want to be, because especially at this point, you need somebody that the crowd is really behind. And the crowd is really behind AJ Styles. So it's just time for him to turn face. He can still have this edge about him. Still have him keep the edge, being the face that runs the place. And this and that. But just let him be the good guy doing that. Let him be the good guy doing that. It's time. I think it's time for AJ Styles to turn, especially if Seth Rollins is out, going to be out for WrestleMania. I think. Listen, the crowd isn't gonna like Roman Reigns, being there. So who's your top face of the company? Because Roman Reigns and John Cena, they're supposed to be 1 and 2 wherever you put them, and both of them, go into the stadium and get booed the hell out of the stadium. So who is Rollins may not go, so it doesn't make sense. Turn AJ Styles face. I don't know what you have in store for AJ Styles. I guess you could, like I said, looks like gonna be Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, John Cena versus The Miz. So who could AJ Styles go to? I'm not sure. Maybe they will bring back Money in the Bank, since and then that would maybe make AJ Styles something like that. Who knows? Maybe what they even would do is maybe they would do some flimsy bullshit where his AJ's quote unquote contract, comes up, and maybe he jumps to Raw and then he can face Kevin Owens. I'm not sure. I don't know, but whatever it is, AJ Styles needs to be face. It needs to be face Tuesday night on SmackDown. So that was it. That was it for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Again, I thought this was a great pay-per-view to watch. For the most part, with the people on Twitter, let's see what the people on Twitter are saying. A lot of people are saying that, they were. One guy says this was thoroughly, WWE Chamber was thoroughly satisfying. A lot of people, again, a lot of the haters, if you hate John Cena, it's time for you to get over it. It really is. It's time for you to get over it. Okay? Because some guy says, Cena lose the title? Great pay-per-view. It doesn't make You just make yourself look stupid when you say things like that. A lot of people congratulating Bray Wyatt. So a lot of people. Triple H got to tweet out the man of his own creation. The man, he followed his own path to the WWE Championship. Congratulations to Bray Wyatt. We are NXT. So I think it definitely was a great. I thought it was definitely a great pay-per-view, great event. We'll see what Raw is in store for us in 4 weeks. So I'm gonna so Yeah, so yeah, I think pretty much everybody says it's a go. So let's see real quick. Let's see about. I know this is the rapid reaction of the Elimination Chamber, but I really quick want to see what's happening with the Grammys and just see whatever. See who won the big things. Um, Looks like they're still on. Trying to. We might still be on, so whatever. All right, folks. Maybe what I might do a mini. I didn't watch it, so I can't do no review of it, no reaction to it. But maybe what I do is I might just when I check the things and see who won something like that. If something seems like because there was like a lot of big players for Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Album of the Year. Those are the three biggest Grammys of the year. So if something like one that shouldn't have supposed to have won, anything like that, I might do a little video with my phone, put it up, and just talk about it for a minute. But that's gonna be it for this video of the rapid reaction to the Elimination Chamber. So here's what's gonna happen right now. So we're gonna have Wednesday. We're gonna have a live stream. I'm hoping Wednesday to be able to do a live stream over on A2020 Gaming of Watch Dogs 2. I had a free demo this past Friday, and I loved it. I loved playing it. So I'm hoping that Wednesday night's live stream on A2020 Gaming, go subscribe, is it's a Watch Dogs 2. I'm hoping of that. We'll have to see. We'll see where my money falls and things like that. And speaking of that, with my money falling and something like that, I'm very, very close to upgrading everything. I'm very close to getting a better computer. I'm close to getting a better editing software. So no matter what, I should be able to do reaction videos now, and also the live streams. I hope will be better. Hopefully everything else, hopefully all my content I create will be better off for you at this point in time, and hopefully we can start building a community together here on A2020. I hope that for you. I hope that for me. So if you are watching this video later, please post your comments down below. What did you think of WWE Elimination Chamber? Did you think the right people went over? What do you think about them putting the title on John Cena for only a month? Why? AJ Styles could have lost it tonight to Bray Wyatt if they wanted to do all this, right? So tell me what you think. Tell me about the women's title, the tag titles, all the matches. Give me your opinions of what's going on. What would you have done? If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, share it with all your family and friends, and most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell too, baby. So for tonight, this live stream is coming to an end. This is your boy AJ Tripp. As always, be good to each other, y'all. And most importantly, catch me outside. How about that? I'm out.